Even Bill Gates had problems when he was launching Microsoft at the time. So I think we can still have some problems on our side as well. Hey,
Yeah, well, when you rely so much on technology, it's definitely possible.
yes, true. Well, I hope that we're live. I hope people can hear us, but we can hear each other, which is a good start. Let's let's keep going and try to see if we can finish this interview because I know you're a very busy man. Um, what BAA is young. We were talking about your judo club, Battle Art Academy. BAA is young and has yet to establish is its history. What will the history be?
Well, it's interesting. We have had national champions actually in most sports except judo so far. Um, in the amateur wrestling, we've had national champions, and I don't want, and we've had a national champions in boxing as well. So we didn't really do the MMA thing in the beginning. We focused on the individual sports. And now, just seems like now we're actually starting naturally as we've been open for 7 years. So when you get these 10-year-olds, for example, that come in, well, now they're 17 years old and they've been training with us since they've been 10 years old. So, the next 5 years, next 10 years, there's going to be some tremendous athletes coming out of there. And I think that the thing with us is that not everybody cross trains. We have guys that only do wrestling. We have guys that only do judo. And then we have people that do everything. But they all respect each other. And they all understand that our sports may be different, but we're all athletes. And they have a lot of respect. So I'm hoping that the legacy is that we produce champions in everything we do.
Well, judo is waiting. We're waiting. We're very excited to see
Oh,
this.
I got one. I got one. My secret weapon, Big D. If she's watching, she's a murderer. She's she comes first all the time. If she doesn't, it's second, and it's only because of a little mistake. And she has the most incredible mentality I've ever seen from an 11-year-old girl. She is focused, laser focused.
So we'll be following her for the next tournaments and everything, and we'll probably go back on the chat with Pat in a few years, and we'll discuss about it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
At the moment, with the current situation of the COVID-19, gyms are not considered essential services, and thus they're closed. People can't go to the gym. Other gyms have offered their programming online. What about BAA?
No, we actually took the opportunity to close and to renovate, painting and changing it all up. And I was considering some online streaming lessons, but I said, you know what? Let's just have an off season. We never get an off season. We train all year. To take a complete break for a couple months,
A little step back.
I step back, go do something else, and then come back with a fresh set of eyes. Um, a lot of athletes in any sport, they often train all year. Like they play
Yeah,
soccer all year, they do judo all year. Take a break, come back, and just start fresh. And I think there's some value to that as well. So we're going to do that.
cool. And do you feel that this pandemic will leave a mark and possibly create a new normal? Because with self-distancing, with self-isolation, business are providing their services online right now. Do you think it will have an impact later on the way things are being done, or on your membership future?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to figure out yesterday a way to choke somebody 6 feet apart. It's really hard. But it really depends on the media and if they promote that sense of safety. And if they say, you know what, it's good, you can go do your sports, you can, you know, put somebody in kasagatame and cough in their face and it's all good, then people are going to believe it and people are going to feel confident. So it's really, the media has a lot of power, and it
True.
just
And you work
hopefully
with them.
hopefully they've used that power to go one direction. So I hope there's a balance and they use it to come back and restore the confidence of the people. Because absolutely, if people are afraid at all, look at,
It's like, yeah.
you can't do anything.
True, and that's why we'll need our our Judo Canada ambassador, to pass the message when you work with the media. We'll need you, and I'm sure all the clubs across Canada will need you to tell people that judo is back and safe for practice.
Yeah,
Um,
I imagine in Quebec when you kiss on the both sides, right? You can't do that anymore.
well, it's only one time on each side, because in France, some places it's two on the one side and two on the other one.
Yeah,
Imagine for them.
yeah.
Listen, we have always a little game for our the people that are coming to the chat with Pat. And I have to admit, last week, Archer Sheffield said, Pat, my questions were very hard. Why did you pick me for those hard questions? I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. So I tried to get some questions that are a little bit more easy
Okay.
for you. So it doesn't mean that you're gonna have it, but if you're able to find out after how many years, like 20 something years, people that are behind you in a picture that I've been cropping, I'm sure you're able to answer this question. So
Okay, okay.
first one, I think it's easy. What is a half point in judo called?
Oh, Wazari.
Yes, you
Yeah.
got it. 1 point. Usually I've got my sound thing, but I'm not gonna use it today. Um,
Okay.
In what movie does James Bond 007 do a judo fight?
Oh man, that's a good one. Let's see. I gotta think. Goldfinger.
My God, you got it. You're right. 100%. Oh, you're a machine. You're a real machine. I'm very impressed. Well, for 100%, and overall, because there's only three questions. What is the term for a draw?
A draw, like you mean a tie
Like
kind
a
of thing.
tie.
Oh man,
Oh ho
a dr-
ho!
we don't have that anymore. It's golden score now. So a
But you have it
draw.
on team tournaments. You have the draws. Yeah, because sometimes when there's a draw, then they separate. Then after that, if there's a draw between the fights, then they pick into the hat the last name.
Oh
So
yeah,
there is
yeah,
a draw.
yeah. And then actually the new format for the team competition with the male and female, and they randomly pick the weight category to start. That is one of the most. That's my new favorite thing.
It's
It's
great. Eh?
so
It's exciting.
exciting.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer though.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't. Damn it.
They call it ikiwake.
Ikewake. Damn.
Ikiwake.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Hey, well, you know what? 75%, it's like, and 100% on the picture, previous answer and questions, so don't worry, don't be shy. You're good. You're good. You're a great ambassador.
You know who else did judo is Captain Kirk in Star
Re-
Trek.
Really?
He did a Pontianagi a couple times. Yeah.
Well, that's funny because this week, my son, I said he's watching Minecraft on YouTube, and one of the YouTubers is called Captain Kirk. So I
Oh.
looked at him and I went like this for Spock, and he looks at me and goes, "What is that? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay, history. It's history."
Yeah.
So
Actually, he went to McGill University too, I believe.
yeah, of course, he's a Canadian. But we'll try to. If you have a contact, let's try to have Captain Kirk on chat with Pat. I'll put this on your shoulder.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know.
but to end up this really interesting interview, because a lot of people have been chatting me and they're very interested and they love it. We're going to go with the advices from an entrepreneur, because we want to make sure that we give some good advice to people when judo will start again. So in September 2021, 2020, Pat, where are you? Recruitment of new and old members might be hard during this time of isolation, with thoughts of a stronger together. Any advice to actual clubs owners on what and how market their club?
Yeah, I mean, every expert right now says you have to do something that's going to be on the phone,
Mm,
because everyone's on the phone, but everyone might not be on the phone so much as we think. Personally, since I've been home, I'll leave my phone for several hours at a time and I don't even look at it. And I'll check it at night. Um, so the behavioral patterns of the consumer is going to have to be analyzed. Once life starts back up again, I believe people will start having their phones in their hand more often. But if everybody's doing that, I don't realize. So just like before in the mail, if I got a something in the mail that said, free month trial at Good Life Fitness or something, it was, wow, look at this, I got something in the mail. But after I got 27 flyers in the mail every day, it just starts going in the garbage. And
True.
the same thing is going to happen with social media. Um, and the key is the biggest problem with social media is that you often just regurgitate information to people you already have, but you have to get new people.
Mm.
You have to expose, so you can use your hashtags and your tagging people, and you have to strategically um, use the hashtags to try and expand the audience. So that's important. So sometimes there's nothing wrong with taking a social media marketing online course, because there's a lot of little tricks that, even though you may be an avid user of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, um, you may not see the patterns
Yeah.
that you're even following, because you haven't been formally educated with regards to the best practices. So educate yourself with social media. It's huge. And I don't know, newspaper ads, is that even a thing anymore? I don't know. Radio ads
Uh,
are radio ads are too expensive. Television's too expensive. They work, but there's a lot of waste. People aren't tuning in on the radio. That's the $1 million question, to be honest. If I had that answer, I would be a billionaire. Is how do you reach people?
Well, I
It
think
just,
your social media idea, on my side, I would suggest to clubs, if they're not good at it or they don't have the time to use it, maybe they can find a little whiz. Kids
yes,
today,
yes.
they love it, and they love to, they can be part of it, the clubs, by doing it. You just have to make sure that you're following the content, and the content is good. But I think, some people around them in the clubs could be good at it and be working and doing it for them. So
Yeah, absolutely. And the amount of content and the frequency and consistency is really important for your Google search and all that stuff. There's a lot of information out there with how to maximize your online presence. And search engine optimization is, people do it all the time, but again, if everybody's doing it,
then
if I want to be noticed, I'll raise my voice. But if everyone is raising their voice, no one's going to hear you. So it's kind of like that type thing. So
be
again,
different.
it's,
Be
yeah,
different.
be different
Yeah, I think it would be a good way. Um,
and consistent as well.
True, true.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, I think you've been answering all my questions. Really, really, it was very helpful, and I hope our clubs loved it. I hope the people that have been watching the chat with Pat discovered the man behind Santino, and they get to know you more. Uh, Listen, we're very, very, very. I have to say, I didn't know you could stretch like that still, but I'm very impressed. We're very proud to have you as our Judo Canada ambassador. We thank you very much for all the help and the promotion you do for judo. And I'm sure everybody is very proud and happy to have you back here in Canada and being involved in judo. Anthony Carreli, thank you so much. It was a real pleasure.
Oh man, the pleasure was all mine. Absolutely. Thank you.
And listen, I always say that it's my last sentence or almost last sentence before we go. I say, in the name of all Judo Canada staff, please, folks, stay home, stay safe, stay strong, and we'll see all you back on a judo mat for sure. Anthony Carreli, thank you very much. I hope you're not late for your next show or thing, TV show
No,
or whatever.
I got 30 minutes. I'm good.
Super. So you have time for a little glass of water. Sorry, all folks, for the little problems of internet. It will be modified when I'll post it on the social media later on during the day. Anthony, thank you very much. This is our the end of Chat with Pat number 6, and we'll see Ernst Larac next week.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Anthony,
tune in. He's a cool guy.
of course, he was a 78 kilo. He's cool.
No, he was 71.
Oh yes, 71. True. It was
But
the fourth question.
he could have been 78. He was big and strong.
Yeah, small muscles. Small muscles.
Strong muscles.
All right, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Stay safe and hi to the family.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
Take care. Take care. Bye-bye.